and we will make the super fight happen. That's the bottom line. I like promoting huge fights. I love promoting great fighters. And, you know, I think this is a fight that the whole world would want to watch.
So all we need is Vergil Ortiz to be in, and we're going to make it happen. You know, I get that it's like...
Hey there, boxer fans. Welcome back to the channel. Not long ago, Vergil Ortiz easily beat Erickson Lubin by knockout in the second round. People in the boxing community praised this stoppage win. After the victory, some big decisions were made about Vergil's future fights.
You know what I mean? Two guys that are not right now caught up in the fight is Boots and Vergil. So ideally, you would like to just see them fight next.
Before everything else, Jaron Ennis was called out in the ring right after the fight between Vergil and Lubin Ortiz. He said, "I want to fight all the best fighters." Boots then comes over to this part of the ring. Then the two fighters had a fierce stare down, locking eyes and trading angry words that made it clear they were ready to fight. It was clear that they were angry at each other because they were both very competitive. After the fight, Boots Ennis told his fans some of the things he had said to Ortiz during that moment. This gave fans a sense of how intense and high-stakes things were in the ring at that time.
What did you two guys say in the ring and everything? I know everybody heard, but when you two were talking to each other face to face, what was said then and there?
No, I said, let's make it happen. I said, it's the time. The time is now. It's the perfect time. They got a lot of hype around it. And like I said, we're going to make it happen.
February, May, or where are we doing this? Where are we going this? Where you thinking about?
Whenever they ready. Whenever they ready.
Eddie, when do you want this?
When Jaron talked about the fight between Ortiz and Lubin, he said that Lubin seemed a little off in the ring because his responses didn't show that he was fully ready to fight. Even so, Ortiz was very smart and skilled, and he made the most of every chance that came his way during the fight. According to Jaron, Ortiz made a good stoppage at the right time, and he praised his effort. He did warn Ortiz, though, that even though the win was amazing, he hadn't yet fought the best boxers in the division, which means that the real test will be against him.
Make it so special is because we all in our prime, and we're in our prime right now, you know. And I feel like this fight right now, it has more hype behind it than it was 6 months ago. I'm glad that I, fought my fight, got some hype around it. He fought his fight, he looked good, he had some hype around it. But like I said, this is my division. I'm walking through this division.
Is this the biggest fight in boxing now?
I think this is the best fight in boxing that's going to be made. And like I said, I'm gonna come up on top regardless. I'm running through this division.
Eddie Hearn, who is also a well-known person, said that Ortiz did a good job during his discussion of the match. He made it clear, though, that he could only do those things against lower-level opponents, as the deal for Jaron to fight Vergil next was almost complete. Hearn said that this would be Ortiz's toughest test yet. He can't do that again because Jaron is the more full and skilled warrior in every way. As a result, the fight between Vergil and Boots is becoming more and more likely to be the next big event in boxing.
Well, no, but we hope so. Yeah. It's the fight. What a fight. Right, what a fight. What did you think about Vergil's performance? It was good. I mean, Lubin was sitting on the rope like a sitting target, but you still got to take him out. Vergil Ortiz is a great fighter. Great fight. I just think Boots is better.
You've been in my undercard. You know how I get down. You know I'm family. You already know I'm family. You copy your shit. Turn up. When I come back, no, I'm ready to play with you. Oh yeah. Y'all know who to talk to. Hey, talking crazy and get fights in our process. Hey, don't tell me about money. Don't tell me about money. I'm already good on money. Come on now. What you mean nothing else? I did everything I was supposed to.
To begin, Robert Garcia said that he was amazed by how the fight went in his post-fight response. He said that because everyone knows how powerful Vergil is, this kind of outcome was kind of expected. What caught him and the other people watching off guard was when the fight stopped. Garcia said it would have been fair and satisfying to end the fight after 5 or 6 rounds. But beating Lubin so quickly, even though he's a great fighter in his own right, was a clear sign of power. He stressed that Vergil's achievement showed not only strength, but also accuracy and self-confidence that aren't often seen at this level.
We actually thought that fight was going to take a little bit longer. I told the team, the dad, right before the fight, I said that's going to go 8 or 9 rounds. Because because gotta give credit to Lubin. He's a great fighter, man. But I think Vergil found the right time, the right punches, and took advantage of it. Obviously the first couple of rounds are always like study rounds, but he only needed that first round to start it. Then after that, he just went at it, which he seen something, and went at it. So he did what we expected he was going to do, but just a little bit too early.
Garcia talked more about Vergil's future and said that a win always creates many possibilities. Right now, they have a lot of choices. But if it happens, the fight he really wants to see is against Jaron Ennis. He made it clear that fans would get to see a truly competitive and exciting game, especially since both teams are working hard to make it happen. Still, Garcia made it clear that they would happily take advantage of any other big chance that came up, like a fight against Crawford. In the end, he stressed that winning opens up new opportunities and that Vergil must choose the right challenge for his job to grow.
So do we need Boots to be next? No, but hopefully it is. Hopefully it is. Rick, Golden Boy, Eddie Hearn, hopefully they do their job to make it happen. But we got other options too, man. Shit, who knows? What if Crawford says, I want to fight Vergil? Right. Crawford takes those challenges. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we have other options, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Rick and Golden Boy, they'll do a great job and figure out what's next.
Shane Zittel also said that Vergil Ortiz versus Jaron Ennis would be an exciting and good matchup. When he talked about the idea of it, he said that this fight has the kind of fire and heart that fans really love because both athletes are strong and aggressive. Zittel said that the fight between the two guys would be interesting to watch because they both want to make big shots. He also said again that Vergil has never been given enough credit for picking Ortiz to win the fight. Zittel tells Ortiz that he shouldn't be underestimated because it could cause big problems when he finally meets Jaron Ennis.
I favor Jaron Ennis, by the way, but the reason why I could see Ortiz beating him, Ortiz is an underrated. His speed is underrated. His overall package of skills is underrated. Because he fights 80-90% out of the time out of the high guard, you're going to think he's basic, and he's not really. And even if he is basic, he does everything so fundamentally sound. That's his big advantage over Ennis, is he's more fundamentally sound, and he keeps everything tight and compact and disciplined.
In the case of Lubin being stopped by Vergil, Shane Zittel says that Lubin went into the ring full of confidence, as he always does, believing that he could do well and win. He was sure of himself, but his faith was soon put to the test when Vergil proved hard. Zittel praised Ortiz's great responses to Lubin's attacks, which showed how well he could time his moves and stay calm under pressure. He said that because he was strong, skilled, and smart, he was a tough opponent. The fight was very exciting and captivating because of Vergil's defense, accuracy, and smart counterpunching, even though Lubin's determination and hard work were clear the whole time.
And he came into that ring very confident that tonight was his night. Third time was going to be the charm. And I saw from him in the first round say, uh-oh, I got a problem here. This man is harder to hit than I thought he'd be. Because Vergil, always fighting out of the high guard, makes people think he's straight up and down, no special effects, and he looks easier than he really is. And I saw that Lubin's diagnosed that this is a harder puzzle to solve than I originally thought. I knew he was going to be relentless. I knew he was going to be dangerous. I knew he was going to be strong.
After the fight, Teofimo Lopez said that it was the perfect chance for Vergil to show how strong he was because so many top fighters, including Jaron Ennis, were watching him closely from the outside. Ennis seems like the most likely person to fight Vergil next. Lopez also said that Vergil had a great attitude in the fight and that he did everything right. He noticed that his focus, confidence, and explosive strength were all clear in the show. Lopez says that whoever fights Ortiz next will definitely remember this amazing show of skill and drive that made his most recent win stand out.
Just like Oscar was mentioning, man, I'm a little shocked on how it happened. I was thinking a little bit longer in sense, but he took action, came right to it. He has a lot of competitors watching him as far as Vergil goes, and he came to show them that he's here to stay at the super welterweight division.
As the main topic of today's film, going forward, Oscar de la Hoya said that Vergil has always shown himself to be good when given the chance to do well. He said he had always shown what he could do whenever he was given the chance to shine. De la Hoya said that before the fight, not many people thought it would end in such a brutal knockout. Instead, most people thought it would be a close fight with lots of back and forth. But Vergil's strength and accuracy made the fight short because they were so good from the start. In addition, he said that the win showed how strong, focused, and determined he was, and that it sent a strong message to the boxing community that he was ready for bigger and tougher fights in the future.
Nobody expected a second round knockout. Was it second or first? Second. Nobody expected that because Lubin is that good. I was expecting a full-blown back-and-forth fight that I did not expect a knockout like that, and I'm sure Boots didn't expect something like that either.
When asked more about the possible fight between Jaron and Ortiz, De La Hoya said he was very sure that the deal would be finished soon. He said that Ortiz's amazing knockout in front of Eddie Hearn and Boots might have made them think twice about facing him. De La Hoya also said that he had already told them not to watch Ortiz fight Lev because he knew it would change how they felt about him as a fighter. He said it was possible that they might even change their minds about taking the fight against Ortiz after seeing how dominant he was in the ring.
We'll see. I mean, I'm going to sit down with Eddie Hearn, and we obviously have the upper hand because he's the better man, and see if we can come to terms, which I'm sure we will. But I told these guys, don't be there live because this guy's a monster, and you're gonna be afraid, and you're gonna probably want to take another tune-up fight. But hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully Eddie Hearn calls us, Boots promoter, and we can come to favorable terms for Vergil and get him what he wants. I feel that, look, when Boots Ennis knocks somebody out in the first round, it's against a top 30 guy. When Vergil Ortiz knocks somebody out in the second round, it's against a top 5 in the world guy. That's the difference. That's the discrepancy there. It's like it's night and day. It's boys and men. It's just a whole different ball game. Boots, be careful, brother.
Errol Spence said that he was shocked by what he saw in the ring, which adds to the story. He knew that Ortiz's showing tonight had shown him a new side of himself. Spence knew Ortiz was strong, but the level of violence in the fight took him off guard. Spence didn't have an opinion on Ortiz and Boots' possible fight, saying that it would be very hard to tell. He said that because both athletes have great skills and traits, the outcome could go either way, which would make for a very exciting fight to watch.
Well, Vergil did good. He did his thing. He did what he was supposed to do. I don't know what's going on with Lubin, but Vergil did his thing.
Yeah, I think he got stung really early, like in the first round.
Yeah.
Like, I think overhand right, and after that, he just...
Right? He felt the power and kind of teared up a little bit.
Yeah. Boots, Ortiz is the next fight. Obviously, Boots is here. What's your prediction on that fight with Ortiz and Boots?
I don't know. It could go either way. They're both exciting, and for them to fight at this younger age, it'll be a great fight.
On the other hand, Jermall Charlo was clearly angry about the stoppage and didn't even notice Ortiz's performance, which was very different from everyone else. He told Ortiz straight out that he didn't want anything good to happen to him, and that all he wants is for him to lose, which is exactly what he thinks will happen when they meet again. Besides his fight with Jaron Ennis, Charlo also said Ortiz was the next opponent he wanted to face. To put it simply, Jermall seemed more interested in finding his next target than in enjoying the fight that was going on in the ring. The most important thing is that Vergil Ortiz said in his press conference after the fight that he only needs one fight to make a comeback as long as he stays clean. And the battle today was that battle for him. It was certain to him that he was back where he did belong. And Ortiz said that he wanted to keep going in the direction of greatness and get past any problems that came up, whether they were from Boots, Spence, or Crawford. He told his fans that he is ready to compete with any of these opponents and is eager to prove himself at the highest level again.
I want all the belts. As far as why the divisions are stacked, I wonder why that is. Every time I go to one, people seem to gravitate toward it. But that's why I like it. That's how I want it to be. I mean, look, I'm here to fight the best. I don't care who it is. It can be Boots next, it can be Spence next, it could be Crawford next, if he's still willing to do it. Because, that's a fight that I've been calling for a while. I think that's a great fight to make happen still. And we're just going to keep doing what I do best. And that's just being me.
Thank you. Vergil, great fight, man. Great win. JJ Solomon, Spit Bucket Podcast. I got 2 questions. First one. Okay. First one. Oh, yeah, she said just one. We always hear that hunger starts to disappear as you go up in your career, as you grow older.
Moving on, Frank Martin was thrilled about the early stopping and pointed out that Vergil's behavior in the ring today was very different. Martin said that even though Vergil had been very explosive in previous fights, this time the way he timed and placed his shots was amazing. He also said that a fight between Boots and Vergil would be great because neither would be clearly better than the other, and it would be a real test for both soldiers. Martin thinks that matches like this are what move the sport forward, making it more competitive and inspiring everyone who plays.
It ended early. I didn't think it would end that soon. Vergil, he wouldn't have got the job done early, you know, so I wasn't expecting it to be that, you know, that quick of a fight, but he made it quick. What happens if he faces Boots? We're gonna see whenever they fight, man. I don't like to predict fights, you know what I'm saying? Just like your fighter's mind, what does it look like in the ring? Like what, just how it plays out. Maybe not a winner, but like, does someone start fast early? They got two different styles, right? I feel like Vergil trying to start fast.
We are getting close to the end of the Vergil Ortiz versus Erickson Lubin fight. Both fighters were very excited about their fight, and they came ready to battle. Lubin went into the ring with confidence and a plan to put on a good show. Ortiz, on the other hand, showed focus, power, and accuracy right from the start. The big stories are about Ortiz's dominant performance and early halt, which surprised a lot of fans and experts. Ortiz set the pace for the fight as it went on, fighting back against Lubin's charges and eventually winning by stoppage. That's another win for Ortiz, which makes him a stronger candidate and could lead to big fights. In light of everything, Lubin will need to reevaluate and get back on track for future chances. The boxing community is excited, shocked, and full of hope. Fans are amazed by Vergil Ortiz's powerful performance and equally excited about the possibility of seeing him play Jaron Ennis next. In the sport, big fights are always honored, so the idea of this fight has made a lot of people very excited. Boots fans are sure of his technical skills and believe that his ability could make the difference in the battle. Ortiz's fans, on the other hand, are just as sure that the power and accuracy he showed against Lubin will help him in a possible fight with Jaron Ennis. In general, the excitement about this possible fight keeps growing quickly. Finally, we need to hear from you. First, let's talk about the most recent fight between Lubin and Vergil Ortiz. What did you find most interesting? The big question now comes up. Which team do you think will win the fight between Vergil Ortiz and Jaron Ennis? Do you believe that skill or strength will decide the winner? Let us know what you think and what you think will happen. So, please write them down in the box below. Also, remember to hit like and subscribe. Your help is very much welcomed, and it keeps us motivated to give you the latest news from the boxing world.